Coach Salas here. I'm joined by Dr. Goodman. We're going to take you through the fundamentals of decompression breathing. We'll start by getting the feet facing forward, and we're going to take our measuring sticks. So the pinky goes to the top of the pelvis, thumb comes to a low rib. We draw the elbows wide to the sides. You're going to think about your clavicle bones here being nice and high, facing up, which means your chest is elevated, and we're going to subtly think about lengthening up and through the back of the neck, as if you're reaching the crown of your head to the ceiling. As we maintain this active posture, you're going to breathe big into the back of the rib cage with your inhale, and every exhale you're going to try to maintain this expansive rib cage. We breathe in and expand. Actively, as we exhale, we draw the stomach in and focus on lengthening the abdominal. With your next inhale, you're focusing on not letting the rib cage come down onto the thumbs. We're also working not to thrust it out into the thumbs. We're guiding that breath into the back of the ribs. Last breath, breathe wide, the back ribs for the wall behind you. Slow exhale, and then let it all go. If you're doing this right, it should be a very active process. Now, this breath will live in every foundation training exercise you do. So let's try it with two more. Eric, do you mind getting on the stool there for a seated decompression? It's very important for a full expression of decompression breathing, we need an anchor. So Eric's going to bring his feet together. He's going to let his big toes touch. He's going to separate the heels. He's going to sit up tall. The clavicles are nice and high. As he lengthens through the back neck, he's thinking about reaching the crown of his head for the ceiling. He'll bring his fingertips together, thread them between the knees. He's going to squeeze the knees against the hands. He's going to think about the elbows wrap in towards his body ever so slightly. We're looking to feel that tension under the arms. As the thighs squeeze, we have our anchor. 3 inhales. Back of the rib cage expands on the inhale. Exhale, we lengthen the abdominal, draw in. Imagine it's wrapping and lengthening. Expand, big, slow engaging exhale. Now, since Eric's got such a good posture and position, we'll show you what layer this flows into. He's going to float the sphere up to the height of his heart. His legs come together and wrap in and hug. As he squeezes the fingertips with the clavicles high, the head reaching, he's going to give one more breath, breathing the back ribs away from his sphere. And then we'll relax everything. So that's how we would apply to a seated decompression. We'll come up and we'll put it into a founder. Eric's going to take his legs just wider than hip width apart, about shoulder width, whatever's comfortable. We've got a subtle angle into the toes. He's going into his measuring sticks. Notice the elbows are wide, the chest is up, the neck is long. We've set the platform of operation. He's going to hinge his hips back and reach his hands out to his sphere. As he squeezes the fingertips, he's going to apply an anchor. We can go inward or outward. We'll cover that in the next tutorial. He's got length through the back neck, and it's a breathing exercise. The back of the rib cage expands on the inhale. The exhale, the abdominal lengthens and engages. The feet are actively anchoring. The fingertips are engaged. The rib cage is expanding. Every exhale, he's maintaining it, and we'll come up nice and tall. Shake it off. Eric, are there any notes you'd like to give people on the why for decompression breathing?
We fall into patterns very, very often subconsciously. It helps me when he pushes the hands apart. It helps me when he kind of gives me the cue on the ribs. And I've been doing this for years and years and years and years. We need cueing. What decompression provides you as you get better at it is your internal somatosensation, your ability to really recognize where you are in space. It gets exaggerated and improved upon every time you practice decompression breathing. So it's not just the physical that you're improving. It's literally the mind-body relationship. So as you're doing the breaths, as you're doing the postures, take everything else away and just pay very close attention to what you're doing, and that's one of the best ways to improve.
Make sure you're listening to those cues along the way. If you're not on streaming, that's going to be your best place to learn it.